Okay, let's go. Rightio, okay. We wait with anticipation here. Got 0 people watching. Nice. Okay, good. Right. The hubble bubble in Parliament is bubbling. Because we don't listen to music, but instead we listen to the United Kingdom's democratic process. Oh, Burko's here. Oh no, he's not. He just shouted. He does that. Anyone who doesn't know John Bercow, he's a Speaker of the House of Commons. What he does is he shouts really loudly at people, and that's what the Speaker does. And the Speaker is by far the highest paid person in the House of Commons. It's about... I'm trying to think now. Tens of £1,000s more than the Prime Minister's actually paid. Speaker is the highest paid. We should be expecting the result of a cheeky vote in about like a minute or two. Hello, Kobe. In the meantime, I'm just going to do a bit of this so I can interest you, well, probably not, but introduce you at least to the democratic process, children, and children of the Americas, the British unitary Westminsterial, made that up, democratic process, or not very democratic process, depending on what view you take on it. While we sort out Midas Touch, open ourselves a few of them lucky tickets. Best of both worlds, really. Bit of politics, bit of not politics. Absolutely fascinating. I've found as well, before Burko starts speaking again, that using freeze cannon is actually really good in Midas Touch. Maybe doesn't give you the fastest times, but has been the most reliable type of cannon for getting the level done quickly. Not that we'll be doing it for much longer, but I found it now, so. Haven't really done it many times this time round. I guess I've just been distracted by other stuff and haven't really got round to it. There wasn't really Heavenly Tower to do because I got out of the way first, so I don't really know what's made me so slow this time, but there you go. We should be expecting Burko to start speaking any time now. Basically, in oh, messed that up. They vote by going out of the House of Commons and then standing in 2 different rooms, either a yes room or a no room, and then they're physically counted, and then people called tellers come and tell the Speaker of the House of Commons what the votes for aye, yes, and no is. But the thing is, they say the ayes, this many votes, the noes, this many votes. So I always thought they meant literally eyes, nose, as in eyes and ears and mouth and nose, as in like the body parts. But no, I mean yes and no. I was confused by that for so long. Anyway, we should be... I don't know why I'm acting like some sort of nervous live news reporter. Like, anyone can see what's going on in Parliament. I'm not bringing anyone anything special. But I thought, you know, seeming as I was watching general hubbub and the occasional shouty Burko every quarter of an hour, I'd introduce you to my sad political life as well. But they seem to be delaying it just for you. And Kobe uses a slow cannon. I mean, fair enough, if that's what you got high level, that's probably good. I tried slow cannon. I mean, that has potential as well. I never really got the timings down properly. With Abraham, I know, close to the base, and then you freeze them as they come out. Abraham gets a whack on the base, possibly gets knocked back, comes back, eventually gets another whack on the base, and that's done. Division result, expected 2045. Division is basically, well, the Speaker says, who's in favour of it? Say aye. And people are like, aye! People against it say no, no. And if there's like a very clear difference of one being louder than the other, he awards the vote there and then, literally who can shout the loudest, although you check for how many people are shouting it. But if it's at all unclear, he shouts division, clear the lobby, hence the stream title, and they go off and stand in their little rooms to be counted as votes. And hopefully we'll be getting that soon. They're voting on Lord's Amendment 5. About the Charter of Fundamental Rights after Brexit. I don't know if that's like the like the Human Rights Act, or what that actually is, but I'm sure I've learnt about that at some point and not revising effectively. Yeah. This is a bit of a weird one. Mr. Burko Face, well, that's probably not his fault. It's 2 minutes late already. Can you believe it? I hope I don't get copyright struck by Parliament. That'd be a right bother. That really would. Oh, what am I doing? I'm messing things up, that's what I'm doing. Or not, actually, that's perfectly fine. Ish. There you go. Bam. Well, this is taking quite a long time. Not sure what this is all about. BTD6, I've heard about BTD6. Smarty Poddle was just telling me about that. It's money though, isn't it? Oh, here he is. He shouts order. Here are the tellers. We can't see him, but they nod at him and he nods at them.
321. The nose to the left, 301.
Oh! By 20 votes, the ayes have won. 321 to 301. And now the speaker's going to shout it out himself.
Thank you. The eyes to the right, 321. The nose to the left, 301. So the ayes have it. The ayes have it.
The ayes have it. Yes wins.
We are about to move to Lord's Amendment 53, but I have been advised, and I'm sure the Opposition Chief Whip is listening, I'm sure the Opposition Chief Whip is listening carefully at this point, I have been advised that it is the Right Honourable Gentleman's birthday today. And I'm sure that he enjoys nothing more than to spend his birthday in multiple divisions.
That's very witty. I don't know if anyone heard that. What better way to spend your birthday than in multiple divisions? Because the whip, the chief whip, what a whip does is essentially they just tell members of their party how to vote. The party has a line on votes, unless it's what's called a free vote, in which case you vote with your conscience. Usually a party will say, division, clear the lobby. And then the whips tell the party line to what am I doing? The members of the party, and they basically ignore the whip at their own peril. There are levels of whip. There's a 1, 2, and 3 line whip. A 1 line whip is, it doesn't really matter if you ignore what we're suggesting. 2 line whip, you better be there for the vote, sucker, and you better vote how we want you to, otherwise there's trouble. 3 line whip, pretty much, if you disagree with us, we will lynch mob you right out of our party. So that's the very most serious one. That's for what you get in things like votes of no confidence, which if they're passed can bring down an entire government. Not been done very much at all, but there you go. So the whip will go around telling people to vote a certain way, and they'll go up to rebels and go, they'll tut at them and shake their finger in their face and go, no. They probably don't, but they're like, vote how we want you to vote. So now Burko's just shouted at them. He said, division, clear the lobby. They're off again. They're off, out, gone somewhere. And gone to either the yes room or the no room. Or they're just sitting in the chamber, in which case they're abstaining. Which actually is the Labour policy on this Brexit legislation, is to abstain on the vote and not vote for it or against it. Because the general line is that they've actually got no idea what their stance on Brexit is. Sort of go with the will of the people, but we don't like the will of the people.
In their amendment number 53, as many as are going to say aye, the contrary no. Tellers for the ayes, Craig Whittaker and Andrew Stevenson. Tellers for the noes, Nick Dakin and Nick Smith.
There you go. I bet I'm just sort of wasting all my breath saying all this and literally nobody cares, but, well, what am I except the BBC? To inform, educate and entertain. and succeed in none of them. Right. Oh, yeah, that was funny. Oh, what was it? It was in some kind of debate, because they do debates before these votes, and loads of people just leaving the chamber, and the person who the speaker had allowed to speak, he said, with all these people. Oh no, it wasn't. That was it. That was the most brilliantly funny thing. So in PMQs today, something quite historic happened. The leader of the SNP in Westminster got kicked out. And the next person to ask the Prime Minister a question said, with all these people leaving, it looks like one of my after-dinner speeches. Oh, and I thought, what an absolute legend. I mean, some people don't like self-deprecating humour. I absolutely love the stuff. It was really funny. Like one of my after-dinner speeches. All of the SNP walked out behind their leader, so they'd gone. And you thought it might be bad press that they got kicked out for, their leader in Westminster got kicked out for causing a fuss and wanting a vote when Booker said, no, we'll do the vote later. And he's like, no, vote now! Pretty much. But they all walked out behind him. And now the SNP have got like 1,000 more new members or something, so looks like it's worked out well for them, which you wouldn't have expected. I guess it does create a lot of intrigue and interest. Is that? No, it's not. Well, I guess we can open a few of these tickets. I've only managed to get myself 184 after all that. Not nearly as many as I've got in previous ticket things, but there you go. Literally, not a single person cares. Well, you know, I'm going to try and ignore the fact that you don't care. I'm going to go for it anyway. Right, let's open these Titquits then. We'll do the first 4 individually. What we got? XP up classic. XP up classic. No thanks. I mean, items is good, I guess. Because when we get things like this, we can't use them. And we can't exchange them towards rare tickets either. I complained about this in the video as well. I don't think anybody really cared about that either, but it's just sad, really. I mean, you would have thought if you'd hit the max, they'd either let you exchange them towards rare tickets or not give them to you anymore, but they just do sort of worst of both worlds and just ignore you in both respects. It's quite sad, really. Anyway, the next division result is expected at 9 PM, which is in 5 minutes. I should probably just say on the hour, and then that applies to every time zone you're in. Speed up, little lizard that I can't use. Treasure radar, that's what this is all about. 50 of them now, lovely. Little bird, no. Sniper the cat, yeah, alright. No. Getting a lot of those. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm going to communicate my entire set of feelings in no's and yes. No. Well, actually, yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. No. Yeah. Actually, thinking about it, having this many treasure radars, I really don't need many more. Prefer to get a rich cats than that. Don't use treasure radars very often at all. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Cool, these rich cats. Oh no. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Sound a bit like Churchill the dog. Oh yes. See, when I said that, I felt strange having studied, well, an election Churchill's in. Even saying Churchill seems weird. I mean, it usually happens when you say a name loads of times, but I haven't. It's just sort of weird. Anyway, no. That does that one. Should we go to the storage now, I think? Literally can't use them. There have been some left over. What would that be? All of them. I mean, at least we got our limit up now, but it's just sad. Won't exchange them yet. We'll do it en masse, I think. How are we doing for energy? I had plans, but I realised the plans are actually end up going to be fruitless. So John Burke has shouted doors, which I assume is short for close the doors, meaning that, you know, they're going to close the doors so nobody more can walk into the chambers and the people inside will be counted. And that's how they get the votes. I mean, definitely not open to hacking and stuff like that. And it is quite a novel system, given how it's just been a tradition for such a long time. But equally, it's very slow. Very, very, very slow. But what can you do? That's what we're all here for, my boy. I don't know if Kobe's earlier question was actually directed at me or not. If it was, I've missed it by a long time. And if it was, no, probably not. Nice. Yeah, I do like me a speed up. Useful. Now and then. These flipping little cats, I don't need them. These rich cats, however, lovely. Speed up, yeah. No. I mean, of all the little axe. Have I ever used Little Dark Cat? I don't think so. I do not think so. Rich cat, oh heck yeah. Speed up, oh heck yeah. No. Yeah. 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 No. Yeah. No. Nice top off of items, it's really. No. No. Yes. No. No. Yes. Yes. No. 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 Should be expecting another division result soon. No. No. Yes. Nah. Yeah. No. No. Yeah. No. No. Right. Look at all that. Wonderful. Things I can't use. Oh, why, Pynos? Why can't you just find it some kind of use for them instead of... I mean, 20 of these, right? 20,000 XP. Ridiculous. I mean, even the XP reward things I say no to, and the little lucky ticket things give more than that. It's awful state of affairs, really. What can you do? I mean, I guess the people who are abstaining from the vote don't have to turn up, really. I mean, some people have turned up to rebel. There's been a lot of rebellions, actually. Some resignations in order to rebel. Oh, I see two of the tellers. They're standing at a sort of white line. Oh, no, I think that, yeah, all four tellers have congregated. And then he shouts order, I assume. And then the tellers are allowed to come forward. Oh, because tellers probably aren't like official members of the House of Commons, so they have to walk forward. Although there's two people standing at the front there, so actually they might not be tellers at all. No, they're not. I'm chatting complete rubbish. I don't know what that white line actually represents at all, but there's a lot of tradition in the House of Commons. The tellers congregate in front of the I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, order. The dispatch boxes where they are.
The eyes to the right, 320. The nose to the left, 297.
That's another eyes have it.
The eyes to the right, 320. The nose to the left, 297. So the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Unlocked. Minister to move formally that Amendment A in lieu of Lord's Amendment 53 be made. Formally moved. Thank you. The question is
Oh,
Amendment A
it's an in lieu. You might just announce this one straight off.
53 be made. As many as are that opinion say aye. The contrary no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes
Ah, there you go. No one said no, so he just declares it there and then. The ayes have it. No need for a county vote, boy.
Amendment 4, Minister to move formally. Thank you. The question is that this House disagrees with the Lords in their Amendment 4. As many as are that opinion say aye. Of the contrary, no. Division, clear the lobby.
Right. Okay. So this is what I've been watching all evening, just John Burko shouting numbers and that. I mean, it's far more interesting than it sounds, to be fair. And if it sounds interesting, well, there you go. You're in for a real treat. Yeah. Actually, saying yes and that is getting really tiring, to be fair. I'll just cast a general disdain upon the little units I'm getting. Right. Jolly ho, I say. Chocks away. We've got 100 little lucky what's it tickets left. Let's go. Eyes for now. Sort out that storage. Actually, I think it can wait for a little bit. Not much to do here. Can check my missions. Cat fruit reward stages. I need to get a lot of yellow cat fruit, to be fair. So there's that. Scamatoto to be sent off. XP reward stages. Well, I can do them after Midas Touch is finished. Let's do another one with the energy we may or may not have. There we go, let's do it. Let's hackin' do it. Diddly dee. Skablam that. Bish bash bosh. Boosh. Bash. Bibbidi bob. Oh, missed it. Missed it. Hey. Burko's finding something fairly funny. Oh. Tell you what. I tell you what. Let's open some more event capsules, I say. Speaking of votes, I need to actually check the result of that poll. I've got no idea what it is. I have not as yet checked it. I mean, I have my thoughts as to how it could have gone, but maybe I'm just completely misjudging it. Let's have a look, shall we? It's all a bit tiring, really, if you ask me. Life's a bit of a tiring escapade, I'll be honest. Anyway. Right. Edit. Cards. Make sure to mute myself at the earliest possible opportunity. Poll results. Let's have a look, shall we? 89%, 143 votes out of several thousand people watching it. Alright. So, I mean, it's not like I put a poll up there and didn't mention it either. Well, you know, shows that nobody's really engaged. What can I do about that? Voter apathy. Not much you can do about that, lad. No much you can do about that, lad. Right, okay. 143, 89% in favour. And 10%, for some reason it only adds up to 99, it always does this. 17 votes for nah. So the ayes have it. The ayes have it. Well, fair enough. I can make that happen, my boy. Certainly can't do any more 7.1 stuff until I've actually unlocked the means towards that end. Got plenty of snipers now. I think I would prefer rich cats. Use them more often than snipers. But I'm glad I'm getting like all these speed ups and stuff, I must say. Let's check a cheeky bit. Cheeky bit Twitter. Oh. I think it's notifying me for something I've already seen. That's good for you. What on earth? Oh, I see. The United Kingdom's Overwatch World Cup team has fewer followers than I do. Oh no. Well, I'm going to assume that's rather than 1.3k, 1,300 and... Why am I adhering to a meme from non-aesthetic things? You know what? I don't like this tweet. It's got Fortnite in it, to be fair. A nod through, they call it, when they just don't do the vote, just say like the ayes or the noes have it. Four or so more votes tonight. Back to the Lords on Monday. Yeah, because basically what the House of Commons are doing is sending... Oh, lock the door. what they're doing is what was I actually talking about? Oh no, I've had a mental block now. I can't even believe it. Oh, that's it. They're sending legislation that the Lords have amended from the Commons legislation back to the Lords, saying no, I'm not having that. And it's called ping pong, that process, and it can last for ages until eventually, if you know there's no budging, what the House of Commons can do, because they're the elected chamber, is use something called the Parliament Act, which means after a year they can just ignore the Lords and just push it through anyway, even if the Lords don't like what they're sending. So they will send back their own legislation because they've ignored the Lords one, for the Lords to make amendments and then send it back to the Commons, and then the Commons will probably be whipped into ignoring it again, because the Lords are very pro-Remain and Parliament's a bit pro-Remain, but it's whipping and that. So you know, this is probably everyone is ignoring this. I can imagine. Can't think of anyone who probably cares. I finally caught Reggae's stream. He talked about politics for ages, no one listened, and then he cried himself to sleep. You know what I fancy? I think I know what I fancy. So, Doctor Who's on the iPlayer at the moment. All of it. It's brilliant. Well, not all of it's brilliant, but the fact all of it's there is good. And what I might do is just have a bit of a Doctor Who sesh with a snack, spelled with 2 C's. Snack. Snacky boy. So, you know, I think I might do that. And I mean, next year, I'll know about all you American lot's politics, because I'll be learning about that. But at the moment, I don't have a clue. Not a clue. This has actually turned into quite a boring process, really. Some would argue like Brexit, but how could you get bored of Brexit? I don't understand. Why isn't everyone a politics student? I don't know. Anyway, let's exchange these then. Can't use them, which is fantastic. So let's uselessly exchange them all for XP, because it won't let me exchange them towards rare ticket, or it won't stop me from getting them from the lucky tickets. We just got to do this. American history, oh no, I hated history. I dropped that as soon as I could. I mean, out of the sort of triple that you generally see of history, politics and philosophy, I do politics and philosophy, love them. But history, no, I hate history. I must be honest. Well, I don't have to be, I guess. To be fair. Oh, I do like to get random little cats, because I just have to exchange them for XP. Right. Moving through all of them, and the final lucky ticket gives us Treasure Raider. That'll do. Right, let's go to the storage, uselessly exchange these for XP, wonderful, and move ourselves over to a battle menu and have a look, see what we got. Regit, my boy, what do you stream with? Oh, isn't that a heck of a good question? Well, the answer to that is OBS, although quite often it's dreadful. It's dreadfully overcomplicated. It took me an unmentionable amount of time to work out how to physically get it to stream something. And even now it has quite a lot of issues. But what can you do? Burko shout an order. There's not really much else. Wirecast was worse. Right, the tellers are here.
The eyes to the right, 318. The nose to the left, 301.
Majority is 17 for the eyes to tell the Lords to rethink.
The eyes to the right, 318. The nose to the left, 301. So the eyes have it, the eyes have it. Unlock. Order. We now come to Lord's Amendment 3. Motion to disagree with Lord's Amendment 3. The Minister to move formally. Thank you. The question is that this House
Minister to move formally.
with the Lords
He just...
Amendment 3.
He just sort of gets up out of his chair slightly and Burko's like, alright. Clear the lobby. Well, I'll tell you what. That's, it's been most exciting. So, let's see what we got items-wise then. 96 speed-ups, that'll do. 63 treasure radars, that'll do for ages. 97 rich cats, yeah, that'll do, my boy. 89 cat CPUs, I mean, I could have done with more, but what can you do? 78 XP ups, that's more than plenty. And 115 sniper cats, let's go. So, essentially, that'll do. I've achieved what I wanted to achieve. I'm going to go and have my snack and appreciate politics on my own, because none of you appreciate it. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you later. Cinnamon bun, maybe, who knows.